can email us here at the program, and we'll try to get to some of the emails as well. We're going to move on now, though, to your phone lines. We're going to move on to the phone calls. Go ahead, caller.
Hello. Hi. This is, please don't hang up. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs guy. I just wanted to apologize for all this calls that you're getting. This is really immature what people are doing. I don't know. It's not fair to you because I think you're a hardworking guy on this channel. You're just trying to give people information. I just have a question for you.
Yes.
What are your views on the Westboro Baptist Church?
I find that they're extreme. I don't want to shoot down anyone's religious beliefs, but I think
I don't think anyone believes in that bullcrap.
I think it's too extreme. They're harmful to others, and I don't believe in their message.
Yeah, I think they should be viewed as a terrorist organization group for terrorizing young minds of. Well, I'm not American, I'm Canadian, but honestly think that they should do something about this cult rather than giving them support, saying that it's a prior right to believe in this religion, even though that they're depleting people's minds. And look, like maybe 90% of their families in the church, and that just also proves like maybe it might be an incest group also, and it might be deterring young people's minds. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Absolutely. Well, those. Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to call them a terrorist group, but certainly we need to be mindful of the message they're putting out. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Stephen. It's James.
Yes, go ahead, James.
I actually wanted to discuss the topic that Amanda brought up, more so in a different fashion, given that I tried to call in, but I couldn't get through. But I do have a degree in law, and I specialize in criminal, and I do dabble in real estate.
Okay.
So I figured I'd actually be a fairly good person to debate on that aspect, but unfortunately it didn't go through. Anyway, I'd like to bring up the point that the Fourth Amendment clearly states that it prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures. And I assume that she didn't actually have a warrant to seize the cell phone that she's acquired from that one student that she spoke of, but I assume it's going to be more students. So she's actually broken the law several times thereover, which I think is completely outrageous. And I've actually, given that she worked at Johns Hopkins University and she's been foolish enough to give out her, place of employment, I've actually emailed them, and I've recorded it, so I have a confession from her. I mean, she's outright confessed. So hopefully she'll be doing jail time. Because I don't think that anybody should be above the law. I myself am of the lawful evil alignment, given that I'm a lawyer. I like to point out that I don't believe we should live in an Orwellian society where people are, restricted, because the first thing is taking away cell phones. They won't be able to video record the police when they are obviously doing things that they shouldn't be doing, which is almost all the time, I'd argue.
So then with cheating.
Go ahead.
You're okay with cheating then?
I never said I was okay with cheating at all. I just said that I'm not okay with her, illegally seizing phones. If she wanted to, she could acquire a warrant and go through the bureaucratic and legal method. Nobody held a gun to her head and forced her to break the law. At least certainly I.
Someone was cheating.
That doesn't mean that it's above the law. Are you telling me that if somebody crosses the road jaywalking, we should just be able to beat the shit out of them in the streets?
Please.
Oh, sorry.
Watch the language, please. Watch the language.
Oh, sorry about that.
Do you believe that that somebody should cheat and then become a pilot? Do you think that someone should cheat and then, deal with something dangerous?
Have you ever heard of politicians? Because I think the thing with politicians is that they're smart enough not to get caught, and I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Because as a lawyer, if you're smart enough to break the law and not get caught, that's what we do, lawful evil. If I don't know you broke the law, then I can't do anything about it. But if I find out that you broke the law, then I will persecute you beyond the fullest paramount. Your children's children's children will pay for your crimes.
Listen here. If someone's in charge of building a skyscraper 100 stories tall, I want that person to be qualified. If I'm working in that building, I want that person to be qualified, not a cheater because they cheated with a cell phone.
I entirely think they should be qualified. However, of all the universities that I've gone to when I went for my law degree, we actually just turn our cell phones off because you know what? As soon as you were actually caught with a cell phone, you entirely failed and all of your previous credits were revoked. So, I'd actually say that the onus lies upon the university at that point for them to better enact their own rules. It shouldn't be based upon what the teacher does. They can actually better enact the rules through the university itself by putting it within the constructs of their ability. I'd say that it's poorly done on their part, but furthermore, it still doesn't mean that you're above the law. Nobody's above the law in my world except myself for not getting caught.
Well, I think we're too worried about laws and and all these things, and I think people need to take a stand and take matters into their own hands, just like the old days.
But then you're condoning anarchy.
No, I'm condoning people.
No. I mean, if we're not lawful, then we're obviously chaotic.
I want to know that if I'm boarding a plane and I'm flying, that pilot is qualified, that he didn't pull out what's he going to do, pull out his cell phone and go, oh, how do I keep this plane in the air? Oh, I got to make a right turn 37 degrees. Oh, let me just check my cell phone to see how to do that.
I think that you were entirely blowing this out of proportion. You're insinuating that test pilots, or that pilots in general, can cheat on tests with cell phones, because you know what? I'm quite sure when it comes to their actual piloting tests, they don't have access to cell phones. I will assure you of that much. You're making an entire this is obviously a miscalculation on your part. It's just not there. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll have to agree to disagree on that. And
I guess we would. How's Chris doing tonight?
Well, Chris has his hands full, I gotta say. It's been a wild and woolly ride tonight. Chris has his hands full, but we're gonna press on. We've got a little ways to go in the program, and we're gonna make it through.
Well, it's okay. I've had a lovely time, and I mean, maybe Amanda will come back on when she's done time in jail. I assume she might get a slap on the wrist, but I hope she just gets fined at the least, because that's the world we live in. And you know what? I've actually passed legislator, and
Okay, he has had his time. We're now going to move on to the next caller. Welcome to Rumbled Feathers. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
I just want to talk to Steve about how to stop corruption in the government, particularly in the IRS and stuff with the recent scandals and whatnot.
Okay, you're talking to Steven right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I just want you to share some tips.